Welcome back, guys. I'm Jeff Petter, and I'm bringing you back to our first installment with the perfect plank. For this workout, I'm basically just going to demonstrate all the different movements that you can do with this product. Well, some of them, and obviously there's a lot more expansion. There's a lot of versatility that goes with this. So what I'm going to show you is with the product that has a felt surface on the bottom. So we're using a wood floor for this demonstration, and we'll start with the basics. First one would be your regular plank exercise. You're in a nice firm position, your core is engaged, body's as straight as you can, and the first one will be a skiing motion. Just sliding back and forth, nice, smooth, nice and easy, working the shoulders just very slightly, keeping your core engaged. Every time I extend forward, I get a much tighter contraction in my core. Still working the transverse abdominis, so you're getting the front and the back at the same time. Then I can go into a version where I go side to side, nice and easy, just hold on to the handles, extend it up, and each time I come down, I get a much tighter contraction in my core as well from that. Now you can do versions where you're doing holds, extending out, and bringing it back, extending out, bring it back. I can do box drills, forward and back, just like that. So you would do a box, just like this, to the side, forward, center, and back. You can always do elevated versions too, where you slide it forward, center, and back. Obviously the elevated is going to be slightly more difficult. You can see I'm already winded just talking and doing those basic ones. Now for more beginners, you can do a modified version where you would just start in the same position, flex your feet, start out on your knees, and you can do the same motions, forward and back, side to side. As long as you're pulling in your core and engaging your core, you're going to get a great workout. Now from here, you can go into versions on your side, where you would do the side plank, resting up on your side, small extensions, nice and easy, forward and back, just like that. You can do the pizza slice, I call it, reaching out as far as you can, coming up, bringing it in. Same thing for the opposite direction, up, forward, and back in, just like that. You can do versions where you come underneath and just extend the elbow back and forth, getting a real tight contraction on your obliques on the bottom side. Same thing, you can do all your basic plank exercises where you're coming up and down, where you're doing extensions, crossing out, coming under, anything of that nature. Then if you want, you can drop down just to release the tension on the bottom side, lift your legs up, do nice easy side crunches, nice smooth motion, finishing with your elbow directly under your shoulder, so you're getting a good contraction in your upper obliques, and you're not putting any strain on your shoulder, your neck, or your hip flexors. Now when I sit in this position, I'm resting comfortably on my butt cheek, so I'm not too far resting on the hip bone or too far on my tailbone. That way I'm in a nice comfortable position, putting no strain on my hip flexors. And a modification for this would be setting your heels on the ground so that you can do this a little easier without the legs in the air. So you're not getting as much of the lower core as you are the upper, but it's still a great version of the exercise. Then from here, we can also do turn around. I call this the slide around version, where you lift your arms and your legs. You just prop yourself up, slide it around, lift the legs up, or you can even do it without the leg version. Extending the arm, bringing it up, getting nice tight contractions on your obliques with a simple, easy movement, just like this. Now, same thing for this version. You can do coming out, bringing it back, coming out, bringing it back. Each time I'm in a nice, comfortable resting position, not putting any strain on my neck, getting a real tight contraction. Just sitting here, I'm getting a great contraction in my obliques. So, from there, if I wanted to advance from that, another movement I could do is take both of the products, bring it down right here, extend them out, and come back up. All I'm doing is basically sitting in a nice comfortable position, slight bend in my knees, heels on the ground, toes pointed up, having my hips comfortably rested on the ground so I'm not resting on my tailbone, and I just extend my arms and then pull them back underneath, resting on my elbows. Even in this position, I'm engaging my upper core, so I'm getting a nice tight crunch contraction in my upper abs. It's a smooth, easy motion. So extend it out and back. Now if I want to advance from here, I can extend my legs in the air, bring it out and back, out and back, and another version. If I want to make it a little bit harder, I can extend out, come open nice and wide with it. Open nice and wide, just like that, getting a much tighter contraction in my upper core. And a couple other versions would be feet out in the air, extend the arms, bring it back, come down and back. So there's lots of different variations, lots of modifications you can do with this. You can play around with it. I have a whole list of routines, about 40, 50 different exercises you can do just with this product. So, it's great at home. It's a simple, there's a lot of easy routines that I can give people, just doing, 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 15 of these, you get such a tight burn in your core. Then if you want to add the weight to it, you can just take the weight, coming forward, side to side, just resting on your elbow, getting a nice contraction like that. You can do extensions, coming out and back, out, just that small movement just to target the upper core, the upper obliques. Any of these motions, come down, bring it around, bring it back, down, bring it around, bring it back. A lot of very simple motion, and the best part about this is, yet again, there's no strain on the neck, no strain on the hip flexors, and you're just in a nice comfortable position. And then you can go right back in your plank exercises, where you go right back here. You can do all sorts of different stuff, where you bounce, shift your weight, cross and under, touch the knees, cross and under, keeping your body as straight as possible, getting a nice contraction all through your entire core, especially the obliques. Coming back and forth just like that. A lot of simple movements. You can do your regular plank holds, and the premise is you have those three main movements. You have the modified position, you have the elevated position, the regular one, and then you have the elevated push-up position where you're right here. And you can do the plank from any of these versions, and all the workouts coincide with that. So there's modifications for all ability levels. We have beginner, intermediate, and advanced workouts. In the next video I'm going to send you is going to put you through an actual routine, about 10 to 15 minutes, just non-stop exercises. I'm going to have a model who's going to demonstrate them while I talk you guys through it. But really great product, really versatile, and you'll really enjoy the results.